Okay, hello creeps, Anna here, and today I have a book haul for you. I'm gonna break this up into two parts because I've been going a little crazy with the book buying lately. I just had my birthday and I got a bunch of book gift cards and stuff like that. So I have quite a few new books. So I'm gonna break this up into used books, and then the next video will be new books. And then I also have stuff from my P.O. box too. Let's get started. So I'll have probably a book haul again in like next week or something. Okay, so I just realized I got this, The Great and Secret Show by Clive Barker, and then the second I saw it, not in the bookstore, in the bookstore I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy this one. The second I just picked up this stack and looked at it, I was like, I have this book. I do. I know I do. It's right there. So anyways, I bought another one. I should do a video or something on all the books that I've bought multiples of, either on accident or on purpose, but there have been quite a few that have been on accident. This just says, in the masterpiece of imagination that explores the uncharted territories within our secret lives, the most most private hearts, Clive Barker wields the full power and sweep of his extraordinary talents. Oh, it says Armageddon begins with a murder in the dead letter office in Omaha, Nebraska. A lake that has never existed falls from the clouds over Palmovo, wait, why can't I say this? Palomo Grove, California. Young passion blossoms as the world withers with war. The great and secret show has begun on the stage of the world, and soon the final curtain must fall. So, yeah, I haven't read it, but now I have two copies, so now I have to read it twice. Anyways, let me know how you guys feel about this. I got a few like pretty neat books. So my used bookstore, they have a few of them in California, and they used to be so cool. I mean, they still are. You still get books for cheap, but they used to do half off sales every Friday, and they used to have a lot of these like old vintagey book covers. They used to just sell them for like $1 or $2. I got a few signed copies for my bookstores that they just sold me for $1 and didn't even realize that they were signed. But now they're starting to catch on. Now they're starting to be like, wait, no, we're gonna charge you a little bit more for them. So I'm a little bummed, but it's cool because I have been seeing more books like this that are a little bit more unique, other than just, you know, a whole stack of Stephen King. But this one is Ramsey Campbell's Incarnate, and I mean, the cover is what drew me. Look at that cover. It is so beautiful. So yeah, I thought that this just looked like a really neat book, and I'm gonna open her up. So this was a little bit more than the other used books. This was $8, and that is because it is a first edition UK print, and it's from 1985. So, okay, just lost that paper. Here is what she looks like out of the cover, and I just thought that this looked like an interesting book. And the back just says, Incarnate, the soul-wrenching novel of ultimate nightmare. The horror started when a controlled experiment in prophetic dreaming got wildly out of control. It was aborted, but not before some back door to a screaming shadow world of nightmare had been opened and left ajar. Now, as a bitter world holds the country in its corpse cold grip, a monstrous presence begins to invade the lives of the original participants. Creatures glimpsed fleeting in the original group dreams 11 years ago are drawing them inexorably? Why does that not sound like a word? Into a dreadful vortex of hallucination, insanity, and worse. One of the dreamers succumbed to a diabolical force that threatens much more than their mere lives. Only Molly, a young television production assistant, decides to fight to understand the true nature of the horror before it can absorb her forever. This sounds so fun. Okay, I'm gonna try to read the book that I'm reading now and start this tonight because it's like pouring rain outside. I don't know if you could hear it, but this sounds like a great rainy day novel. It seems fun. Let me know if you guys have read this one and how you feel about it if you have, because this looks fantastic. This is another one that it honestly caught my attention, and the guy at the bookstore was like, I love this book, it's so good. And I said, you know, it's the cover that got me, and he's like, they don't make them like that anymore. I'm like, they don't make them like that. We had a moment. We bonded over this book. So this is called Nightmare Seasons, and this is by Charles L. Grant. And I don't know if you can see how cool the cover is, but there's just a little ghost guy, skull guy opening a book, and then inside the book there's like a little house. It just caught my attention, and I don't know, I thought this looked neat. It says one of the premier horror writers of his or any generation. So let's open her up and see what she says. They have, like I said, multiple of these bookstores, so I kind of want to go to the other locations because I only go to the one that's down the street from me. This one was $18, which I know is a lot for an old book, but it is first print. Yeah, so that's why it's that much. And this is from 1989. Let's take her out of her little clothes. Well, and this one just says, the air was sharp and the street lamps winked on, doubling the shadows and multiplying the gloom. The air was sharp and it did not move, a caught breath, silence that waited for a scream. It says, a new season and the Grim Reaper smiles in anticipation of the harvest to come. No one is safe, no one can be trusted. The love-struck office boy, the beautiful little girl, clutching a posy of violets, the faceless motorcycle gang, the fancy motorcycle gang, all seem harmless enough, and yet nameless fear stirs uneasily, terror bubbles to the surface, and the nightmare is unleashed. Enter the world of Oxford Station, where evil lurks in unexpected corners, where the nerves are stretched to breaking points, where every season brings a nightmare more blood-curdling than the last. He also wrote The Pet, Tales from Nightshade, Fear of the Night, and The Orchard, in case you guys know any of those books. But I've never heard of him, not that I can remember off the top of my head, nor have I heard of this book, but it just caught my attention and I thought, I'm going to have to participate in reading that. So yeah, this sounds fun. Let me know if you guys have read that. Oh, do you guys smell that? Oh yeah, it smells like a good read. I'm so excited to read this. And then I also just purchased 2 Goosebumps books, which I'm hoping I don't have these. I don't think I do. I don't have a crazy amount of Goosebumps. And you know, I had all of these when I was a kid, and I gave them away like a big dumb dummy, and I really just want to revisit them, and I want to read all of them. And I went on my app for the library near my house, and they have like 5. They don't have that many. I know you can request them, but I didn't go. It was just online. So maybe I'll go in and see if they actually have them, but I do have a hankering to read all of the Goosebumps. So anyways, I bought this one, A Shocker on Shock Street. This one says, Aaron Wright and her best friend Marty love horror movies, especially Shocker on Shock Street movies. All kinds of scary creatures live on Shock Street. The Toadinator, Ape-Face, the Mad Mangler. But when Aaron and Marty visit the new Shocker Studio theme park, they get the scare of their lives. First, their tram gets stuck in the cave of living creeps. Why is this not a real place? I would go here. Take all my money. I would live here. Then they're attacked by a group of enormous praying mantises. Real life is a whole lot scarier than the movies, but Shock Street isn't really real. Is it? So I got that guy, and then I got this one, which is so cute, Egg Monsters from Mars, and I don't really remember reading this one when I was little. Most of them I remember reading. This one I don't. Look at how freaking cute this little monster is. He's adorable. And this one just says, which came first, the monster or the egg? These books are so good. I don't know. I honestly think of like, I think I might just like spend my life savings trying to collect all of these. And I also like the old 90s versions too. I don't like the printed, like new updated ones. So yeah, I like these old crappy ones. They just take me back, you know? This one says, An Egg Hunt. That's what Dana Johnson's bratty little sister Brandy wants to have for her birthday party. What a weird birthday party. And whatever Brandy wants, Brandy gets. Dan is not big on egg hunts, but that was before he found the egg. It's not like a normal egg. It's about the size of a softball. It's covered with ugly blue and purple veins, and it's starting to hatch. These just are so cute and fun. I love these books so much. So yeah, these were the only ones I found at my used bookstore that were the older 90s print of them, and that I didn't previously own. And then the last book that I found at my used bookstore was Son of Rosemary. Did you guys know there was a sequel to Rosemary's Baby? Because I didn't. This is by Ira Levin, the same author, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, the same author who wrote Rosemary's Baby. And I've read that one, and I have a movie first book on it. Here it is. So I'll leave that linked down below. But I mean, basically, you don't even have to watch that video. Actually, I'll just tell you, they're exactly the same. I mean, like, the movie was taken like word for word basically from the book because the book is so great. So anyways, yeah, I found this and this was $8. Oh, should I tell you the price of these two? These were $2 each. The Great and Wonderful, this Great and Secret Show, this was $5. And so, yeah, this guy was $8, so a little bit more, but I had no idea that there was a Son of Rosemary's Baby, and so now I'm crazy interested to see what happens when that demon baby takes over the world. So this says, Rosemary's Baby chilled us with its startling, darkly brilliant story of the birth of the son of Satan in modern-day Manhattan. Okay, Son of Rosemary's Baby opens with the dawn of the new millennium, a time when human hope is shadowed by growing fear and uncertainty, and the world is in the greatest need of a savior. It is here, against the glittering backdrop of New York City in 1999, that Rosemary's Baby is reunited. No, that Rosemary is reunited with her son. It is also here that the battle between good and evil will be played out on a global scale, a struggle that will have frightening, far-reaching consequences, and not only for Rosemary and her son, but for all of humanity. Provocative and utterly unforgettable, Son of Rosemary's Baby is both a unique, tantalizing thriller and a cautionary tale for the coming century. With exquisite timing and masterly skills, Ira Levin, or Ira? Is it Ira or Ira? I lost my spot. I lost it. And the troubling forces that war within each of us, a triumph of storytelling, a tour de force of superb craftsmanship. Son of Rosemary's Baby is an enthralling novel by one of the most gifted and original authors. Isn't that something? So now I kind of want to read Rosemary's Baby and then Son of Rosemary's Baby. So let me know if you guys have read this book. Let me know if you guys even knew that this was a thing. I was, again, talking to the guy at the counter. He was like, Son of Rosemary's Baby. I'm like, I didn't know that was a book. He's like, I didn't know that either. So apparently I'm not the only one. But anyways, for all of these books, I paid $47, which is a bit more than I usually pay at my used bookstore. Usually I pay like $20 and there's a huge stack, but I'm also honestly just like glad to support them, and I think that they have a lot of like really unique books that you can't just find at other places, so it's all good. I don't mind that they're a little bit more expensive. And then I got a few things from my P.O. box, so I'm going to show those now. I will leave the thing to my P.O. box. It's always linked down below in case you guys want to send me your books or what have you. So this one's called The Rebel Murphy, a short story. This is by Chiara Benedetta Condorelli. Please correct my pronunciation. And this just says, Cork 2025. Murphy Cassidy works as a cleaner and faces many challenges, both in their life and their job. One day she's invited to sing on a TV talent show, but there's something that could stop her from getting up on stage and also giving the chance of a lifetime to a rock band. And no, it's not the fact that she can't sing. It says that she's the author of 4 Italian books, and then this is her second work in English. So she also sent me these as well, but I don't know how, I don't even want to try to pronounce this. So please let me know how to pronounce this. And then this one too. But this says, this is a story of Fiona Costello, a woman living in more or less futuristic Dublin, who tries her best to make her voice heard despite barely having a voice. And then this one here says, another really difficult name that I know I'm going to pronounce wrong, is a successful advertising producer that is famous for his controversial commercials, and yet he respects his personal assistant and takes care of his part-time cat. One day the Irish government asks him to create a commercial in order to break a curse that is killing many people in Ireland and aboard. So this one seems a little bit more like maybe thriller-ish. And I don't know about these, so let me know. And if you are the person that sent me these, thank you very much. And if you could leave a comment down below and let me know how to pronounce these two, and also maybe a little bit more about like what genre they're in. Any information you can give, that would be awesome. So thank you for sending me these. You guys, I seriously love getting, when you guys are, this is like a little bit separate, I love getting books from you guys and things like that. But I also love when you guys tell me that you read a book that I recommended and loved it. I think that that's so awesome. Yeah, it just makes my day. So anytime you guys leave a comment or, you know, email me or write me a letter or send a carrier pigeon to let me know that you guys have enjoyed a book that I've recommended, I think that's so cool. So anyways, just thank you. Thank you for watching my videos. I just started making videos a few years ago because I love books, and it's so nice to have like even a teeny tiny community of people that love and enjoy the same things that I do. So anyways, Thank you for that, and I will be back soon with another horror video. I'm gonna be doing my Ring video soon, the movie verse book. Watch out for that because that's gonna be an interesting one. And then I also have a horror book haul of new horror books that I purchased, like new books, not from the used bookstore. So that will probably be up next week as well. I am going to try to not spend another week or two not filming videos. I apologize, but I'm back. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you soon with another horror video. Bye guys!